today. From SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, this is the NFL on EA Sports.
And off we go from SoFi Stadium. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. They'll be commanded by their 6'3" quarterback from Central Michigan, Cooper Rush.
And there's a word that constantly gets thrown around with this guy when you talk to anyone in the building. Potential. They are sky high on what they believe he can grow into in the role of a starting quarterback. In addition, there are plenty around the league who think that as well. And years from now, he can still be leading this offense out.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Elliott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's one they certainly wish they had back. A loss of 8.
These guys off the edge are already tough to contain when they're protecting a stationary target. Ask them to hold their blocks when a runner is struggling to find a lane. Often an impossible task. Regardless of the outcome on the scoreboard, that will be one of this game's biggest stops.
And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. And now a decision here on the opening drive. 4th and very short, this part of the field. What do you think they do, CD?
I think you go for it. I think there's a lot of game left to be played. I like the advantage that they're trying to create here early. I say be aggressive and try and get it done.
On 4th down, Rush. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a football. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They'll go again here with Akers. And he's got this pretty close to a 1st down at the Cowboys' 43-yard line. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that fourth down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they...
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 55 yards. And the Cowboys are on the board first on the road here in L.A.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And he will get in to make it 8-0. And they're able to ground it in there on the two-point try. And you and I were talking before the game that two-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for two, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for two early? That's what people are wondering about.
And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. And they were in field goal range the last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
From the 27, Stafford. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams.
Here's one of the longest tenured members of the Super Bowl champs, Tyler Higbee, making the first down. 7th year as a starter for L.A. Just a stable presence for the Rams at the tight end spot with a dash of dynamic plays along the way. One of those starters who may be overlooked, but a key part of why they won the Lombardi Trophy.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Off the fake to Akers, here's Stafford. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number one. One quarter down, 8-0 the score. To throw again on second down. Stafford, open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 35. Out of the gun, Stafford. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Sliding out of the pocket. He's got his man downfield. It's Robinson. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Stafford. Open man right side is Cup, complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Stafford going to give this to Akers. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they... And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Allen Robinson on the receiving end from Matthew Stafford. And the Rams have come back to make it a 2-point game. those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you get on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 89 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They go to Elliott again. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
On second down, Elliott. And some room to roam now. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards. Now Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his second touchdown here in this first half as his guys are able to extend their lead. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. So 2 successful 2-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or 2-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. L.A. readies for its next possession. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. That'll be caught. It's Cup. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. On first down, it's Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw here hauled in by Cup. First down now, but that clock rolling. Stafford. That's out to the flat for Akers. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up second down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Stafford's throw pulled in by Robinson here. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Meanwhile, Stafford's throw pulled in by Robinson here. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 2nd and 4. Again, it's Stafford. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. To throw is Stafford. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 15-yard line. 12 yards on 3rd down as the drive rolls on. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, Stafford. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And Gay knocks this one through. And the deficit trimmed to 6 now at 16-10. So they are able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes it the distance. No time remaining.
No cloth on the field.
Yeah, no flags, and it's a kickoff return to end the first half. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And he will get into the end zone. So a perfect finish to the half. They get the touchdown on the final play, and 2 more for good measure. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, BG, thanks very much. And welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has certainly been one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference as the teams have already come back out onto the field for the second half. So let's get you back out as well to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game, start of the 3rd quarter. But you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those
he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a two-possession game might become 3. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if their defense doesn't bail them out.
155 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Elliott will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number 1, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number 2, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Play action. Stafford under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Another try after the 1st down sack. Stafford on the move to his left. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. A 1st down carry by Elliott. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 72 yards. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now, you talk about the dominating rushing performances that you and I have seen together. This has got to be right up there. His 4th touchdown run of the game and another long one to boot.
And I don't need to ask for a witness because you're right here with me. We are watching this, and we're watching such a performance that it's demoralizing for anyone on defense. You know, it starts out coaches screaming, tackle him, get him. And after that last touchdown, I bet it's pure silence on that side of the ball. I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
L.A. set to take over again on offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
Going right back to Akers. He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, second down. Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has not allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and just like that, it's third down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Off of play action, here's Stafford. Rolling to his left. Robinson's got it.
He's going to have the first down and more than that.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Stafford. His throw incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. Throwing again is Stafford. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good, and they will remain well behind.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
On second down, Elliott once more.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Rams are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10
at their own 24. After the interception, here's Stafford.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Stafford now to throw. And this is taken in by the tight end, Bryson Hopkins. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new...
Allen Robinson, kiss him goodbye. Touchdown, L.A. Allen Robinson, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Cowboys are able to recover. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
The all-everything defensive tackle, Aaron Donald, the one who made the play there. Elliott going to get it again on second down. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. They'll wind up losing about a dozen on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I'm not quite sure they got the spark that they wanted on 3rd down. In fact, I think they gave that spark to their opponent instead, because that big stop has galvanized the sideline, and it starts their offense out with some momentum.
They'll run for it with Pollard. And he's got room. There he goes left side. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, 62 yards. And the Cowboys' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. Now Allen Robinson and company gearing up to go again on offense. He's been a load for them to handle defensively, I know that much.
But look at him. He's got 7 catches on the game, and he's starting to shred them a little bit because not only is he catching them, he's picking up good yardage, keeping the chains moving, ball control, you name it. This big guy, what did you say? He's been a load for them to handle?
That's right. Agreed. 7 catches, as you said, over 100 yards. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Stafford, and his throw here's incomplete. The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Stafford. Looking underneath, he's got Akers. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Elliott. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It will be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Inside give to Elliott. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
They'll try and run for it. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Stafford's throw, it's complete into the hands of Higbee.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford, he'll get this one to Cup, complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty. Indicative of the way this one's gone. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Stafford.
Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Stafford.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
One last throw here for Stafford. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Wright. And the Cowboys come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.